Hello students, today we will discuss about problem related to Coulomb force. In previous 3 class, I have discussed the problem related to Coulomb force. This channel provides you the physics lecture for class 11, 12, NEET and JEE in English version as well as in Bengali version. To see the unit-wise video lecture, go to the channel playlist. So here I will discuss the problem type number 4. In previous 3 class, I have completed problem type number 1, 2, 3, and here I will discuss the problem related to maximum force when the two charge experience maximum force. In this channel, I will discuss all the problem in type by type so that it will be easy to understand the problem and to solve any type of problem related to type by type. So here, when two charge experience maximum force, suppose number 1 condition, suppose this is a charge Q, this is a charge Q. If this charge is divided in two parts, suppose this is Q and this is charge will be Q minus Q. So the ratio of this division is Q is to Q minus Q. This is the ratio of division. Suppose these two charge are kept at a distance r or x, suppose x. So you have to find out the maximum when these two charge experience maximum force, when these two charge experience maximum force. So force, you have to find out the ratio of these two charge. How you divide these two charge so that they experience maximum force. So here the force between two charge will be F equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into Q minus Q divided by x square. This is the force between two charge. Now you have to know, or you should know, the mathematical term when this force will be maximum. So if dF by dQ, because the division or ratio is Q, so if this is 0, then the force will be maximum. So you have to differentiate the force with respect to Q, because Q is variable. Here is Q is variable. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught x square is fixed. This is fixed. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is fixed. Here is d by dq. Here is q minus q square equals to 0. So if you differentiate with respect to q, then it will be q is constant, this is constant, this is constant. So q will be, here is q, here will be 2q, so it will be 0. So q minus 2q equals to 0. So q equals to q by 2. So if this charge q is divided by 1:1, that means it will be q equals to, that means q is to q minus q will be here will be q by 2 and is to q by 2. That means 1 is to 1. That means it will be 1 is to 1. So equal division, when this charge is divided in equal, then the force between two charge will be maximum. What is the condition? Condition is when these two charge are equally divided. When this charge are equally divided, then they experience maximum force. This is the type 1. That means when these two charge experience maximum force. Now another problem. Here suppose number 2. Suppose this is a charge q and this is a charge q. They are separated by distance d. Suppose this is the distance d. Another charge are placed at a distance from the center of the line joining these two charge. This is the center. This is the center, suppose. So it will be d by 2 and here it will be d by 2. Suppose this is x, this is the another charge. So here you have to find out the distance x so that this charge will experience maximum force. Suppose this is a charge q and this is charge q, and the distance between two charge is d, and another charge is placed perpendicular to the line joining the q and q from the center. The distance is q. So you have to calculate the maximum force experience by q, maximum force experienced by q at what distance. That means you have to find out the x, value of x, where this charge experience maximum force. So you have to find out, or you should find out the value of x so that this charge experience maximum force. Now this is plus, this is plus, so this repel each other, this will be f, and suppose this is another charge, this will repel each other, this along this direction. So if I resolute these two force in this condition, in this way, so this will be, suppose the angle between two charge here is suppose theta. Suppose this is theta, so it will be theta. So it will be f sin theta, and here it will be f cos theta. For this force, it will be along this direction. If this is theta, so it will be theta and it will be theta. So in this direction it will be f sin theta and here will be f cos theta. So this force and this force will cancel each other because the direction between two force is opposite. So this is same magnitude and opposite direction, so this component and this component is cancel each other. Now the net force on q, f resultant, suppose resultant will be 2f cos theta, because here is f cos theta and another is f cos theta. That means total force is 2f cos theta. So what is the 2f cos theta? 2 this distance is root over x square plus d by 2 the whole square. So this is d by 2, this is x, so this distance will be x square plus d by 2 whole square. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q into q, and here will be square, so it will be x square plus d square by 4. If this is square, so root will be cancel out, so it will be x square plus d square by 4. Now this is a cos theta. What is the cos theta? This is theta, so cos theta will be x by this, so cos theta will be x divided by root over x square plus d square by 4. This is the total force. Now it will be, this will be 2 this 2, so it will be q by 2 pi epsilon naught, here will be x divided by x square plus d square by 4, 3 by 2. This is the force, net force on q, charge q. So the condition for maximum force is condition for maximum force for maxima will be dF resultant divided by dx must be 0. Here is variable quantity is x. On the problem number 1, the variable quantity was q. Here is variable quantity is x. You have to find out the value of x where this charge will experience maximum force. So here it will be the condition for maxima will be dfr by dx. So you have to differentiate this equation. So it will be q by 2 pi epsilon naught into, if this is differentiate this function, then it will be, suppose this is dx, it can be written as x square plus d square by 4 minus 3 by 2. So if you this will be 0. So if you differentiate, then it will be, if this is differentiate, so it will be x square plus d square by 4 minus 3 by 2 plus, here x is, now then it will be differentiate, that means minus 3 by 2, and it will be x square plus d square by 4, here will be minus 5 by 2, minus 5 by 2 into, here there is x square, so it will be 2x, so equals to 0. So from here you can write, now in this condition, here is q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught, here is x square plus d square by 4 minus 3 by 2, here is minus, so it will be minus 2 to cancel out, that means it will be 3x square minus 3x square minus 3x square, and another term is x square plus d square by 4 minus 5 by 2 equals to 0, equals to 0. So this is 3 by 2 and this is 5 by 2. If I then it will be q by 2 pi epsilon naught, then it will be, here is x square plus d square by 4, 3 minus 3 by 2 minus 3x square, and it will be x square plus d square by 4, 3 by 2 divided by x square plus d square by 4. This is 0. This minus 5 by 2 is divided by minus 3 by 2 and is x square plus d by 4. So if I take common this term, then it will be or q by 2 pi epsilon naught x square plus d square by 4 minus 3 by 2, then it will be 1 minus 3x square by x square plus d square by 4. This will be 0. So then it will be x, or suppose it must be 0 or this must be 0. So if this 1 minus 3x square by x square plus d square by 4 must be 0. If this term is 0, then it will be x square plus d square by 4 minus 3x square must be 0. So it will be here is d square by 4 equals to 2x square. So it will be d square by 8 equals to x square. So x will be d by root 8. So it will be d by 2 root 2. So the condition is x must be d by 2 root 2. When this distance will be d by 2 root 2, then this charge will get maximum force. This is the condition. So if you memorize this formula, you can get the problem in an instant of time. You can solve this problem in an instant of time. Suppose the d is 27, then what will be the distance where the charge get maximum force? This will be 20 by 2 root 2. That means 10 by root 2. So this is the another problem is maximum force. So here I teach you how to solve and how to use the simplified formula. So if you solve this problem type by type, then it will be easy to solve any type of problem related to this condition. Now type number 4, that is type 4. Type 4 is geometrical shape. When charge are distributed in various geometrical form, then you have to find out the total force on another charge. Suppose this is a q. So suppose this is minus q, this is minus q. Suppose this is plus q, this is minus q, and another is minus q, and here is plus q. So the another charge is placed at the center is q. You have to find out the force on q. The force on q. What will be the force on q? This force, due to this force, the direction will be along this direction, and due to this force, the direction of the force will be along this direction, in the same direction. Now for this condition it will be f of minus q along this direction, and this charge is plus, this charge is plus, so this charge repel along this direction, so it will be f of q. So the force on q, there is both are same, that means f of q equals to f of minus q, so both force are same. So along this direction is 2f, along this direction is 2f. Suppose this is a square, then this angle will be 90 degree. If this is a square, then this angle will be 90 degree. Now you have to find out the resultant of the force. Resultant, what will be the resultant? Resultant will be root over 2f whole square plus 2f whole square, then it will be 4f square plus 4f square, that means it will be 2f root 2. 2f root 2, this is the force. Now if the distance is a, then this distance will be a root 2 divided by 2, that means it will be this distance, because the distance between this and this, so the total distance, suppose A and B, and here is C and D, so the distance between this point is a root 2, so the distance from A to, suppose this is O, would be a root 2 by 2, that means a by root 2, so 2 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q into q by a by root 2 whole square into root 2. So this 2 will be upper, so 2 into 2 by 4 pi epsilon square into q divided by q, here will be a square and here will be root 2. This 4 cancel out, so it will be a root 2 by pi epsilon naught into q by a square. This is the force on q. This is the square. Suppose this is square, so if is plus, here is plus, here is minus, here is minus, here is plus. So here I have discussed how to solve when this charge distribution on a square. Now this is number 1. Number 2, when suppose this is a circle, the two charges are placed, here is suppose q and here is suppose minus q, suppose here is suppose q, another q, and along this is minus q, here is minus q. Suppose this is a charge q, here you have to find out the force experienced by q. What is the force experienced by q? So what will be the force? This charge, this will be the charge of minus fq, there will be a minus fq. This charge repel this charge and this charge repel this charge, so the force are opposite to each other and all the force are equal, so f of minus q equals to f of plus q, all charge are equal, all force are equal, so the total force on q will be 0. F on net force will be 0 because all the force cancel each other. So this is the another problem. Now geometrical shape. Now number 3. Number 3. If number 3, if this is the circle and charge are distributed in this way, charge are distributed in this way. So this is Q, this is, suppose this is, all the charge are Q, all the charge are Q, all the charge are Q, and here is at the center is another charge Q. You have to find out the net force on Q due to this charge. So in this way, all these force are opposite to each other. In this case, this will be opposite and this will be opposite to each other. This force will opposite to each other, this force will opposite to each other. So here the net force will be 0. Here is net force will be 0. But if this charge is negative, suppose this charge is negative and this charge is another charge is negative. Suppose these two charges are negative or remaining charge are positive, then what happens? If this two charge is negative, then remaining are positive. So what happens? In this condition it will be in this way. So due to this two charge, the force are opposite to each other. Due to these two charge, force are opposite to each other, but due to this charge it will repel along this direction, and for this minus Q charge it attracted. So for this charge it will repel, that means the direction of force is equal to FQ along this direction. For minus Q charge, the force experienced by this charge will be along this direction. So the two forces are in same direction. In similar way, the force will be along this direction, F of Q and F of minus Q. So here is, in this condition, here is this will be 2F, here will be 2F. You have to find out the angle between these two forces, because F of Q equals to F of minus Q. So the total force is 2F, here is 2F. Suppose the radius is R. Suppose the radius are R. So you have to find out the angle theta. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 division. Here is total angle are 8 division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So theta will be total 2 pi divided by 8 radians. So it will be 2 into 180 divided by 8 degree. So it will be 4, that means 45 degree. It will be 45 degree. So 45 degree, that means 45 degree, then theta will be 45 degree. So you have to find out the resultant, F resultant. So F resultant will be root over 2F whole square plus 2F whole square plus 2 into 2F into 2F into cos 45 degree. This is the equation of resulting force. So it will be 4F square plus 4F square. Here will be 8F square into cos 45, that means 1 by root 2. So it will be 8F square plus 8F square by root 2. So it will be 8F square is common, so here will be 2F root 2 into 1 plus 1 by root 2. Here is 8F2 is common. If this 8F2 taken outside the root, then it will be 2 root 2 into F, and here is 1 and 1 by root 2. This is the resultant force on this Q. So in this way, if another charge is minus or another charge is minus, another two charge is minus, if in this way you can calculate the force on Q, charge Q. This is the problem number 3. Now number 4. What will be number 4? Number 4 is, suppose this is a equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. This is A, this is B, this is C. Here is charge Q. All the charge are plus. Suppose all the charge are plus. If I place another charge on the centroid of this triangle, centroid of this triangle, suppose this is the point of centroid. So all the distance between the centroid and the corner of this triangle will be same. This is R and this is R. If I place a charge Q at a centroid, then you have to find out the net force, the total force on Q at centroid. Here the force due to this charge will be along this direction. That means suppose this is F of A, and this charge, due to this charge, this force will be along this direction, F of B, and for this charge the force will be along this direction, F of B. Here you see that, all the magnitude of this force are equal, because the distance between two charge are same and the amount of charge is same. So all the magnitude of the force Fa, Fb and Fc, this is Fc, is same. So the force on Q in this way, so this is F of B and here is F of A and here is F of C. This is direction of the, in this condition, here is O, and this is the total angle is 360. So here is, if this is angle 120, it must be 120, it must be 120 and it must be 120. All the angles are 120. If I calculate the resultant of this force, so suppose this is this force and this force, this is the resultant. Here is Fb and here is Fa. The resultant will be in this condition. Here it will be here in this condition, the resultant will be along this direction. So the resultant will be, suppose this is F of BA, so F of BA will be root over, all the magnitude are same, so suppose all the magnitude are same, suppose all F is F, that means it will be F square plus 2 F into cos 120 degree. So it will be 2F square minus 120 is half, minus half, so it will be minus F plus 2F square into minus half. This is minus half, so it will be root over 2F square minus F square, so it will be root over F square, so it will be F. So this will be F, the direction will be, must be opposite to this direction of the force, so it will be F and it will is F. So in this condition, total force suppose this is a charge q, so total force is here is F, and along this direction is FC. FC means F, and here is FBA means F. So total force, total net force on charge q equals to 0. So in this condition, if you have to find out the resultant between these two forces, resultant between this force will be along this direction, and it will be F, and this will be AF. So these two forces are cancel each other because they are opposite in direction and same in magnitude. So the total force on Q will be 0. Now another problem, number 5. So in this way you can calculate any type of problem related to geometrical shape when the charge are distributed on geometrical shape. Suppose another problem is, suppose this is a this is A, this is A, this is A, this is A, this is all the sides are A. There is a 5 side. Then the suppose all the charge are plus Q, all the charge are plus Q. Then if I place another charge on the center, then the total force will be 0, because this charge repel this charge and this charge repel this charge. All the are opposite in nature. Here will be opposite to nature, here will be opposite to nature. So in this condition the total force on Q will be 0. Now if this force, if this charge is minus and this charge is minus, then what happened? In this condition this charge and this charge they are repel, and so the direction between two force on Q will be cancelled out. But in this condition the force between this charge are same in direction. You can easily calculate the total force. It will be 2F, and along this direction will be 2F. You have to find out the resultant. So here the angle will be, this angle will be total 1 2 3 4 5 6 division. That means 360 divided by 6 will be 60 degree. The angle will be 60 degree. So the resultant will be 2F square plus 2F square plus 2F 2 into 2F into 2F into cos 60 degree. So it will be 8F square plus 8F square into root 3 by 2. And cos 60 degree, cos 60 degree mean half. Cos 60 degree mean half. Cos 60 degree is half. So it will be 8F square plus 4F square. So it will be 12F square. 12F square. So F here is 4, that means 2 root 3. So the total force, resultant force on Q will be 2 root 3F. This is the condition. In this way you can calculate any force on a charge if the charge are distributed on a geometrical shape.